They warned me not to marry her. The old woman in the village market who always stayed too long, the cat that never stopped hissing when she walked by, even my mother's Bible that once burned in the middle of the night without a flame. Every sign tried to tell me, but I was too far gone. Nkiru was everything I ever wanted. Soft-spoken, kind, elegant in a way that made other women look like they were trying too hard. I met her during a medical outreach in our village, a quiet place deep in Anambra State, where the clouds seemed lower than the trees and the air carried stories you didn't ask to hear. She was a volunteer nurse, smart, generous, always disappearing before sunset. We fell fast. She didn't have family. She said they died in a flood. She didn't let me into her house. Said it was being renovated. She didn't let me hold her past 8 p.m. Said she had a skin condition that reacted to warmth. I should have seen the red flags, but love makes you blind and foolish and proud of both. We married in 6 months. She moved in with me in Enugu. She loved me deeply, cooked my food, washed my clothes, prayed with me, stood beside me when I lost my job. But on the night of our first full moon as husband and wife, I found her cold on the bathroom floor, trembling violently. Her eyes were no longer brown. They were yellow. Her tongue flicked unnaturally, like something testing the air. Her arms writhed like they were trying to shed skin. "Don't come closer," she whispered, voice thick and inhuman. I ignored her. She screamed as her spine cracked and her legs fused into one long, thick, scaly tail. I watched the woman I married become a massive serpent with familiar eyes that pleaded with me to run, but I didn't. I stayed. She slithered away from me and coiled in the corner, hissing in pain, her human features now completely gone except for those eyes. I stood frozen, unable to think or breathe. She didn't attack, she just cried, silent tears from a creature I couldn't understand. When morning came, she was naked, shivering, and covered in blood. Not mine, but hers. Her skin torn from the transformation. She looked at me with shame and fear. "You should leave me," she said. You should be afraid." But I wasn't. I held her, kissed her forehead, and whispered, "I'm not leaving." That night, she told me everything. She was cursed before birth. Her mother made a pact with the forest deity for fertility after years of barrenness. The price? Her daughter would be half serpent and transform fully on every full moon. The curse could not be broken, only managed. The only rule, never harm a loved one, or the serpent within would take full control forever. She had lived her life avoiding love. Until me. "But I will never hurt you," she swore, tears in her serpent eyes. "Even if one day you stop loving me, I will still remember your kindness." Months passed. I adjusted. Every full moon I helped her prepare. Salt in the corners, cold water baths, chains at her request, not to imprison, but to protect us both. It became a rhythm, a secret that bound us tighter than any vow. But humans are weak, and fear doesn't fade. It hides. One night, I came home late from work to find her gone. No notes, no call. Then I saw the open window and blood on the tiles. Not mine, not hers. My neighbor's cat, torn in two. I panicked. I ran to her bedroom and found her there, called up, half transformed, crying. "It got too strong," she whispered. I almost hurt someone. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run, but I looked at her and saw the same woman who loved me selflessly. I realized then that love is not loving someone for who they are only during the day. It is choosing them even when they are hardest to love. I didn't chain her anymore. Instead, I learned her rhythm, fed her eyes during transitions, whispered to her even when she could no longer understand. And in doing so, I saw less of the snake and more of the woman who never chose this life. She never beat me, never scratched, never lied, but she feared herself more than I ever could. And that's when I knew Monsters aren't always the ones with fangs. Sometimes monsters are those who abandon people when they're in their darkest form. I stayed, and in return, she gave me a kind of love that was ferocious and gentle and loyal and raw. Not everyone will understand why I stayed, but love, real love, isn't always about perfection. It's about seeing the beast in someone and still choosing to stay. And sometimes that's what saves them. Not magic, not prayers, just a heart that refuses to let go.